Green Bay Packer defensive tackle Devonte Wyatt had a really good game against the Chicago Bears. To me, the guy has taken the year 2 leap. To me, Devonte Wyatt has shown why he was the best defensive tackle coming out of the 2022 NFL Draft and why the Green Bay Packers actually wanted this guy. He finished with 2 sacks, multiple quarterback pressures, multiple tackles for losses. He had a lot of plays in which he just absolutely kicked someone's ass. And here's a good example of a play in which he isn't going to actually get credit for, but he does a pretty nice job within this play now. This is a zone run towards the right, as you guys are going to see. And the right guard here, Nate Davis, actually does a pretty good job reaching on Devonte Wyatt. You could see that if the running back gets the ball and is able to cleanly hit this gap, he may be able to pick something up. But of course, that does not happen because Devonte Wyatt is actually going to take this guard. He's going to just push him back. He's going to absolutely move this guy backwards, and you see it in slow motion that he's going to push Nate Davis backwards. And Davis is not able to fully seal him off. Now, to me, the right guard here for the Bears is a very good right guard. It's one of the best guards in the NFL. And Devonte Wyatt was able to do things like this. Not only on this play, but there's other plays that we'll get into as well, where he does a really nice job. Very fired up for this one. Let's get right into it. Check this play out. You have a quick throw by the quarterback, but watch Devonte Wyatt slant to the inside and create a little bit of pressure from the inside. Now, he does not hit the quarterback. In fact, he doesn't get a sack. He doesn't get any sort of stat for this play, but he is going to collapse the pocket, right? And never underestimate how important it is for a defensive tackle to take a guy back and really just push him right back into the quarterback. And I'll show you guys an example a little bit later on why it's important for a defensive tackle to collapse the pocket. But for me, I love the fact that Devonte Wyatt has this in his game. He's strong. He knows how to bull rush properly. He knows how to get underneath people. He knows how to use leverage. And to me, these little things right here translate. And they translate into having success, right? He obviously had multiple sacks, multiple pressures, multiple winning reps, multiple plays where he was able to blow the play up. And it's the little things like this. All right, so I wanted to just point this one out. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. So one of the things that I think makes a really good defensive tackle is guys that know what they're doing with their hands, guys that know what to do when it comes to leverage and those little details within the game of football. And it's been clear since his time at Georgia, Devonte Wyatt definitely knows what he's doing. See, on this play, they're going to run a defensive line game. And that's great enough. But it's what he does as he's running that game that really sticks out to me. And you guys can see it here in slow motion. First and foremost, he's going to attack Nate Davis with his right hand. He's going to chop down, bam, right there. That right there alone, understanding what he has to do in this game, is going to make it hard for Nate Davis to really push Devonte Wyatt into the right tackle. He's not able to really do that, and that's because of the fact that Devonte Wyatt is going to punch the hands right away with the right hand. Now, to take it a step further, Wyatt with his left hand is going to grab onto Darnell Wright's right shoulder. And you guys can see it. He yanks him forward. And Wright is off balance right there. And that's because Wyatt understands what he's doing with his hands. He understands the leverage within a play. He grabs on with his left hand onto Darnell Wright's right shoulder pad. He pulls him forward. As he's pulling him forward, he's going to get the arm over the top. And to me, that's just a really nice job to be able to get the corner on a really good right tackle, in my opinion. I know he's a rookie, but Darnell Wright was my #1 rated offensive lineman coming out of this past class. I think he has all-pro upside. Yeah, he's not that today, but I think he'll develop into that. He's still a good football player, but I do think Devonte Wyatt may just be better today. And I think you see plays like this where he's able to get the corner, and he's going to pressure Fields. He's going to get the right hand right there on Justin Fields. He's going to force the quarterback on 2nd and 20 to step up within the pocket. And as I mentioned just a play ago, it matters when you collapse the pocket from the inside. Because when guys get pressure from around the edge, quarterbacks are going to naturally step up within the pocket. And if guys are able to generate pressure from the inside, well, then the quarterback has nowhere to go. And he's going to throw these ill-advised passes the way Justin Fields does here, 2nd and 20, and this is going to be an incomplete pass. And now you're in a 3rd and 20 situation, and you're most likely not going to complete that. But it's the pressure from Devonte Wyatt within this play. It's the defensive line game. It's the little details with Wyatt that I think I've seen since his time at Georgia. And I think last year, because he didn't have that playing time, it was kind of hard to really pick apart his game. You know, you didn't really know how good he could become. But you're starting to see the flashes in year 2. And he's only going to get better and better and better. With that being stated, let's get into the next rep. So I think Nate Davis is a really good right guard. I've stated that already. I'll stick with it. But Devonte Wyatt does a really nice job beating him on this one. And this is one of the funner things to do with tape, right? And I oftentimes do this. When you have a great guard versus a great defensive tackle, you watch that matchup. You get the one-on-one situations like the way you see here, and you analyze those, and you see what you can pick out of those. You know, I think Devonte Wyatt has taken the next step, and I think I made that clear already. But I don't think people understand the upside with a guy like Devonte Wyatt. Like, he has the possibility to be a top 5 defensive tackle by the end of this year. And you see plays like this. This right here is a very, very important concept to understand. Basically, Devonte Wyatt is going to bull rush Nate Davis, but within that bull rush, he's going to turn it into a pull swim. And you see it right there. And that right there is so quick, it's so fast, it's so explosive. Devonte Wyatt has literally gotten behind Nate Davis, a Pro Bowl caliber guard, before some of these guys have even made contact. Before some of these guys can even make a pass rush move. Devonte Wyatt is already in the backfield. And that's the unique thing with some of these defensive tackles that we're starting to see kind of come out of college, right? The Kalijah Kanslys, the Jalen Carters, the Devonte Wyatts, the Osa Odighizuwas. Some of these guys just have it when it comes to the pass rush technique. They know the leverage aspects of it. This stuff is not normal for defensive tackles. And there's a reason why in the last 5 years, we've gotten so many great defensive tackles as opposed to prior to that. We didn't really get those pass rushers, right? Guys with great pass rush ability. But now we're getting that with guys like Devonte Wyatt. And what's crazy with Devonte Wyatt is he's not just an average pass rusher. The guy's very, very good, and he knows how to make his moves. He knows how to push, pull, and do it so effortlessly, and it's so quick and it's so explosive. And I know he doesn't get the sack on this play, but, you know, sacks don't always matter. This play may be designed to go, 17 yards downfield. And if Devonte Wyatt disrupts the play, well, you may not have the time to get your guys downfield. All right, within this play, if you guys watch this in real time, how fast does Devonte Wyatt just basically kill the entire play? I mean, within like 2 seconds, he's already in the backfield. You're grabbing onto the quarterback, trying to bring the quarterback down, right? And the quarterback can't do anything other than run. To me, that's just a really, really nice job. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Alrighty, guys, check this next play out. This is going to be the Devonte Wyatt sack. Great job, in my opinion. Really feels this one and just blows the play up. To me, the left tackle here of the Chicago Bears makes a massive mistake. And let's go ahead and talk about it. And I also think that part of what the left tackle does is part of why Devonte Wyatt is such a smart football player. Within this play, the quarterback's going to play action this, but the point of a play action is to make it look like a normal run. To make it look like the action that the offensive line is doing is a normal part of the offense. So within this play, everybody takes the step to the right. And you're going to see the left tackle do the same exact thing. And here's the unfortunate part with what the left tackle does. If the left tackle had a true reach block, he would set up to the inside of Devonte Wyatt. He would turn his body towards Devonte Wyatt. And that would only be if this was a true run towards the right. But on the play action, what this left tackle does is he doesn't sell it properly. Instead, he's going to basically just go downwards and he's going to not turn towards Wyatt. He's not going to try to block Wyatt. And I think within this play right here, Devonte Wyatt recognizes that the left tackle is not actually trying to block him. The left tackle is just trying to sell him. And within that, Devonte Wyatt goes from containing the backside, which is his responsibility, to just straight up going right at the quarterback. And you guys can see the way he turns his body and he just goes directly at the quarterback and he brings the quarterback down. This is a very smart football play by Devonte Wyatt. Part of what makes this guy a very good player is kind of the feel he has for the game. And this was one of his 2 sacks. We'll get into the other sack a little bit later on. But this one right here was just a really good job recognizing and processing kind of what's going on in front of him. For the very first time, we're seeing a fake spin move by Devonte Wyatt. I'm only pointing this one out because we may come back to this in like 4 weeks when he actually fake spins and he actually gets a sack. This is week 1, so first time we're seeing him really do this. To me, I love when guys add new moves. Devonte Wyatt never did this last year. He did spin, but he never fake spinned. And in this one, he fake spins. And there will be a time where this actually works. There'll be a time where he actually gets a sack. And I'm looking forward to that moment. Again, as I'm saying, we're going to be covering the Packers this season. We're going to be covering Devonte Wyatt, Quay Walker, some of the offensive linemen, and those type of things. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed. Let's get into the next rep. Alrighty guys, check this play out. This was the other sack that Devonte Wyatt had. This was 3rd and 3. This is the fumble that was forced. And to me, Devonte Wyatt is the one that forces this fumble. I'm not 100% sure if he's the one that actually got the credit for the forced fumble, but it is very clear. But it is very clear from this alternative angle that we have of the same exact play that it is Devonte Wyatt. Now keep in mind, he's running a long defensive line game all the way to the outside. You can tell Justin Fields tries to climb the pocket, and Wyatt with the right hand is going to punch right there the ball out. And you can see the ball comes out. To me, that's just a great job by Devonte Wyatt to help get the ball out. And of course, he gets the credit for the sack. And these are the type of plays that I think absolutely changed the game. These right here are the type of plays that really matter in my opinion. To me, this is a great job by Devonte Wyatt. Great recognition that Fields is trying to climb the pocket and maybe get out of there. And he's going to strip the ball out. Just a beautiful job by Wyatt. Another really nice job by Devonte Wyatt. This time he's going to slant towards the inside, and he's going to blow this play up. Now, this is a quarterback keeper, but you can tell that if you're not paying close attention as an offensive line to a Devonte Wyatt caliber player, this is what's going to happen. He's going to just single-handedly blow up the entire play. This, to me, is a really, really, really nice job. He's going to slant hard towards the inside. The point of that is to free up the other defensive tackle here. They are running some sort of interior game. And Wyatt does a really nice job because he's going to blow up the center right there, and he's going to create that separation. And of course, the left guard's going to get off because the left guard has to account for the other D tackle who's looping around. But you can see the power and the explosiveness in Wyatt's game. To slant hard to the inside, hit a guy low, explode through him and really push this guy back and create that separation and get in there and tackle the quarterback for a loss of a yard. Devonte Wyatt has the ability to single-handedly destroy any offensive line. And what's crazy is the Green Bay Packers have more than just Devonte Wyatt. They have Kenny Clark, number 97. They have Preston Smith, number 91. Lucas Van Ness, number 90. Rashawn Gary, who was limited, technically, although he played a lot this game. But he was limited coming back from his injury. And you got guys like Carl Brooks and Kingsley who are also very good depth players. And the list just goes on and on with some of the guys that the Packers have in their front seven. And I think Quay Walker's taking that next step as well. He's another guy that I really liked, and we covered him a little bit last year. And we will cover Quay Walker here in the next week or so, and we'll really recap his game from the last 2 weeks. I believe he has a concussion right now, and I think he's in the concussion protocol, so I'm not 100% sure if he'll play in this upcoming game, but we'll keep an eye on that. And we will be covering Quay Walker on this channel as well. And I do want to wrap this video up with these final few plays here. This one, you got another defensive line game. It's going to be Clark as well as Wyatt, but this time, instead of Wyatt going first, if you guys remember on the last play, Devonte Wyatt went first. This time, Clark's going to go first. And Clark's going to do a great job hitting the center. And Wyatt's going to come around, and Devonte Wyatt's going to go free. And that's because of what number 97 does on this play. Right, 97 slants hard to the inside. He hits 62. He takes 62, and he pushes him into 65. And they're not able to swap, right? And you can see Devonte Wyatt basically goes free because of that. And he has a shot at the quarterback because of that. He's going to pressure the quarterback just a little bit. The ball comes out just a little bit quicker than he wanted to. The pass falls incomplete on this one. Devonte Wyatt is going to go free on this one. He's going to really split the right guard and center. He's going to slant hard towards it. He's going to use the hands to swipe the first guy, which is Nate Davis. Right there, there's the swipe. Nate Davis, as he gets swiped, also sees a blitzer coming. With that, he kind of lets Wyatt go free. And Wyatt is going to then get the left hand and swipe away the right hand right there of the center, and he's going to get to the quarterback. Now, he doesn't technically hit the quarterback, but he does pressure him a little bit. It's a really, really nice rep. Watch number 55 here. He's going to go full speed right into number 64. And Wyatt is going to come off the edge unblocked, and he's going to pressure the quarterback. Again, this is how you run these games. It's a really, really nice job right there. Wyatt is able to win his rep. Almost gets to the quarterback. Isn't able to necessarily get there. But to me, this is once again a good coach designing some good things, right? And I'm not saying that the defensive coach for the Packers is great. I'm just saying this is a great job designing this play. Really nice job right there, if you guys ask me. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Final play here. Watch how explosive Devonte Wyatt is. Look at how quickly he wins. Now, this play doesn't count. They blow this play dead. I believe it's the left guard that goes first. It may be the right tackle there that goes first. But look at how fast that Devonte Wyatt is able to beat a guy. Bam, right away, he wins this rep. To me, that's special right there, man. This is part of why this guy's such a great football player. Now, obviously, this play doesn't count, but I did want to just point it out because I don't think the left guard had any, the way he went so quickly, you wouldn't know that the whistle was blown anyways. But just a really nice job by Wyatt, a really good, clean game, a lot of really good reps. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. If you guys did, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below which player you guys want to see on this channel next. Quay Walker's going to be a guy that we're going to definitely take a look at. Thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.